Let's go.
All right. So we've been recording already.
Oh, yeah. Well, intro.
Okay.
Do your intro.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Modesties for Ugly People. It's your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Alvarez. Of course, Mike, what had happened was Barrera. Mike, what's going down, son?
What's going down?
Right now, we have a special guest with us, special by Yellow Bus Special. He's been a good friend of mine for, again, 16 years. He's the head director of Enrencia, the Chamorro dance troupe. Would you guys call yourself a troupe, group? Troop?
We go by troop because that's what...
Okay, so you've been a head director for about a year of Enrencia, right?
Right.
And that has history in itself, correct?
Correct.
And then you've done hula and Polynesian dancing for about 15 years of your life.
Yep.
So you're really, really deep into dancing. So everybody, Richard, what did we come up with? Dwayne
Richard motherfucking Dwayne.
That's what, yeah, Richard motherfucking Dwayne.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, but Dwayne. Fucking big ass balls, and I don't wear underwear. Dwayne. That's what it is. Rich, how you doing? What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Right on. Have a couple beers. We just had a few shots, warming it
shots,
up, getting the mics going. It's good vibing in here. Good vibing. A little bit sleepy eyes because, you know, it's
the weather,
that time.
man. I think I just woke up from a nap. So
Weather
You
and,
always wake up from a nap around this time.
No,
What's wrong
man.
with you, man?
weather
I be
and
texting
waiting
you.
on this
Yeah.
motherfucker to get here.
Oh, see, Richard, I'm loading up except for I'm going doo-doo Dwayne. Yes.
hey, you know what's funny? When the last time you told me, you know what I'll be right there means for you? That means you just woke up, you're just getting dressed, and you ain't gonna be here for another hour. Ever since then, I stopped doing that.
Really?
Yeah, then I just tell you, I just woke up.
Yeah.
I'm on my
You
way.
just
So when I
started
said I
being
was
real.
loading up, yeah, I was like, I gotta be honest because I think they caught on.
Yeah.
They caught on to my shit.
Yeah. It only took 10 years, but yeah.
I'll be right there.
No, you know what? Like, because I remember I was with you at the house or something like that, and someone was texting me, "Where you at?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm still at Rich's house." Well, hurry up. And I'm like, Rich, we got to go. And you're like, man, just tell him we're on our way already. Tell him we're on the 8th.
No, that
Tell
was
him we're on the
me
8th.
at fucking practice, you motherfucker. when you
was
were like, I'm in the back. Got me going around the whole fucking
it was
ground
somebody else.
floor.
No, it was somebody else. It was somebody else. I don't think it was you. No, man, I don't think that was you. Right? No?
That was fucked up.
Yeah.
That
No,
bullshit.
so right when you did that, you were like, just tell him we're on the 8 or we're on the 125 or some shit. And I go, man, we're on the 125. Quit tripping. You a bitch. And damn well, he was in
in the
his
back of the
underwear.
Guam Club.
Rich was done in his underwear. And he was like, what should I wear? I'm like, get anything on, man.
That's when we were going to Ray's house.
Oh, man.
Good
Oh,
times.
Good times. Yeah,
Good
man, dude,
motherfucking times.
16 years. We've all been really good friends,
Yeah,
and I think we've all matured, but nothing really changed. I think we choose discretion now a little more often, but by no means we'll still shit over or shit on each other all the time. Like the other day, you were like, you and Mike just had a fucking dog pile on me on a messenger, and then you just stop and
'Cause
go,
you're gay.
are we
You're
ever
gay.
gonna like stop fucking with each other? Like, is there any time a
Yeah.
day we're just gonna be like, you know what, that's not right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that. And then I was like, no. Even to
Yeah,
my own
Nope.
shit, they shat all
Yeah,
over
don't
me, and I go, no, what? This
I
is
just
fun.
can't. I don't know if I dread the day, but I can't wait till the day maybe when like we're 55 and we still do the same shit.
We hide each other's canes.
That's
and
what we
shit.
talked about the other day when I'm like 60 and be like, what are you going to do today, Mike? I'm going to go dominate. I'm going to go fuck with
Still
that.
going down. Still recording Modesty for Ugly People.
Like I got my son over there and I'm like, hey, gotta take me to Dominic's house today.
What y'all going to do? A podcast.
And our wives just
Yeah.
shake their heads. They just go, fuck, what
You
the hell?
gonna come back? I ain't going to that some bitch house.
Wait, when did she turn black? You have a Chamorro wife. What the hell?
Is that black?
Yeah, you God damn it. That was racist, bro.
No, that was racist
Yeah,
saying
that
it
was
was black.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's from the white Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
whitest
didn't make
Mexican.
it make racist.
I don't know. She
said
she sounded from the South, son. She was just Creole like crazy. She's
that. Oh, no, that's how my grandma sounds when she yells at my grandpa.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man. Okay. I was, when your grandma yelled at me, she added the backhand plus a compliment. She was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, I spent the night.
Nice to see
well, you have
you."
pretty hair. Now take out the trash. I'm like, I don't know how to take that.
There's
Thank
never
you.
not one time you doing chores at Richard's grandparents'
No,
house.
that's
That was
bullshit.
definitely-
I remember.
Yeah, no,
I remember back in the
I
day
thought
when
you
I first
called
spent the night. I spent the night. The first night, the second day was like I was there. I went there. The second day was. Oh, this-
I farted in my.
Ah,
Oh, he's back,
look
ladies and
who-
gentlemen. Come
who
on
came
in.
in.
Larry,
Michael motherfucking
a.k.a.
Jackson.
Atlantic, back in the podcast. One of the more popular podcasts we had. Oh, and he's taking a shot. Do it. Do
Oh,
it.
I
Do
poured
it.
that for
do
you.
it. Yeah, see?
You
Take
know
a
what's
seat,
funny?
son.
You know what's funny?
Take a
thing
seat
about-
right here.
But no,
about
like,
that?
but when I first went to your house, it was like, hey, can I get anything for you? You know, you hungry and all that. The next day was like, I need you to dust this shelf, move this furniture. I was like, all right, cool.
I remember. Well, the thing was like, so anybody that spent the night at my house, I always told them, I said, hey, just to let you know, when we wake up tomorrow on Saturday, well, right before they go to sleep too, we wake up about like 7:30 here, and you got to dust furniture or something.
You gave me that intro. I was like, for real? I was like, you just fucking with me. No joke.
Not at
The
all.
next morning, I woke my ass up and I was dusting your little
Yeah.
knickknacks.
I remember too. You were like Dustin, and I came over to check your work, and you were like, I was like, Mike, did you move the magazines? And you were like, no. I was like, dude, you gotta move the magazines, bro.
You didn't move that shit? You need to get under
Yeah.
that shit. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, ain't no dust in the magazines. Apparently there is, according to my grandma. So
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
But long time, man. We've been doing this, bullshitting, drinking,
yeah,
just
yeah, it's
friends
been
for, like,
yeah. I mean, and I regret none of it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
Good times, bad
Yeah,
times.
there's very little
You know
that
what
we've
I'm
done to
saying?
one another that can really truly call it regret. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't think we've gone to that line. I think we've always taken it to the line, and then we're like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that's fucked up. That's
I
fucked up. We
think
shouldn't do that.
I think with our friendships, we've always even crossed them at certain times. But it's, but a true friend, I think we always came back and we pulled it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that actually.
Or brothers. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think
how
that's a
consider
great.
it.
Like, I was just telling one of my kids today. She was asking about your kids, and she goes, "Is that really my cousin?" And I go, "Blood, no." I was like, "But right here, yeah, we're all family."
Yeah,
you
every
know
time
what
I
I mean?
talk about one of you guys, it's like, oh, my cousin Rich. It's never like, oh, my boy Rich or my boy Dominic. It's like my cousin, my relative, my bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been brothers. Even with this guy, Atlantic.
Atlantic,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yup. Knucklehead.
So you guys
Working
actually been,
Saturdays.
I mean, see, because all of us, I mean, together, for me, actually, to speak, you've introduced me to Larry. So we have about the same, maybe a year off or two, whatever.
Yeah.
We've been friends for the same amount of time. But you've known Larry almost literally your whole life.
Yeah. Since I was about
childhood.
like 5-6 years old, man.
Yeah,
As
that's
far as
crazy.
back as you can remember, yeah.
And now look at you guys. You guys have kids together, or not together, but I mean, you guys have kids at the same
Yeah,
time.
we got kids together. he was impregnated.
He was in surrogate.
I would beg to differ.
So who's catching? Who's pitching?
I guess it depends on who you're asking.
If it's a Tuesday, I mean, it really does. On a Tuesday. God damn.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been talking to Mike. Mike is a big music enthusiast. And I actually find myself last year and, since it just started, I actually starting to like a lot of music this year or in last year because it's different.
You open your mind. Open your mind to different.
No, it just sounds better. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just better music.
Yeah.
Think so?
It's catchier. It's better. And, it's not
Wait, are you saying this year?
last year.
No,
Okay.
just in the last
Recent
decade.
Okay.
months, weeks, whatever. It's just like Megan Trainor's coming out and she's doing her thing. She has her 1950s sound, and I'm like, dude, that's different and it's really cool, and I really dig it.
Well, there's good artists, but the
With
majority of
shitty
the bluesy
music.
shit that fucking is on the radio, I'm like, they could be way better.
So what is?
No, wait.
So what's
No, I don't know. I'm just because I think I don't know which podcast it was, but I was like hating music. Just I couldn't even listen.
Well,
to
you've
the radio.
always been like a weird person
Yeah,
when it comes
like
to talking
you-
about music.
WWE soundtrack is your shit. Like,
You know what? And I actually bought that soundtrack, the WWE or WWF at the time aggression soundtrack.
Yeah,
Totally
I
bought
know.
it because they had some badass music in it. There was some badass intros,
Yeah, it
and
was
I guarantee
badass, but-
when I was in the shower, I brought in my CD player and I fucking bumped that shit every time
And
I
then
showered.
you got out, put your towel around you, unflip that bitch up in the bedroom, like.
So yeah, no, yeah, I have been a weirdo about music. Like I'm not the biggest music person. Like I was listening to Alicia Keys, Diary of Alicia Keys today because I was just in that kind of mood. Like I didn't want to listen to anything else but her. Yeah. Again, I have a weird taste.
So
in that.
do you want to talk about this off the air?
No. What?
You crying in the car or what?
Okay. That was one time. One time, Rich. You caught me one time. Okay? Can we get off of it, please?
But now
Fuck you guys.
he's opened his mind up to Katy Perry. That's his new.
Who hasn't?
That's his new.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Okay,
He
she
has
is the unnamed queen of
lion.
pop. Thank you. Have you heard Peacock? I want to see your Peacock, Mike. Thank you. I think that should be on the air right now, but other people think otherwise. Terrible.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know where I was going with that.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah.
sorry.
we,
I
we
think
don't
I-
even
yeah.
know where you're going.
Hey, you know what? You should. You should.
Okay.
Okay. Larry.
What's going on?
None, man. I mean, thinking juice. We're all digging it, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
So, Rich, back on to you. Our
Is that a
special guest.
Levi's leather jacket?
Pleather at best. That's pleather at
Hey,
best.
put a lighter
Holy
jacket.
shit.
Put a lighter to it.
That's
You
cool.
can tell if it's real.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Right, you gotta keep warm.
yeah, because
Look-
you
look
was,
at the
you was
inside.
with the leather zone, son. Yeah, that's
Nice fake wool
Ooh,
inside too.
inner
Sheepskin.
inner
That's that
fake
sheep,
fox
that's that
fur.
sheep, son. You got that sheep in there, son.
Nice and comfy, keeping me
You
warm.
need
these
a
cold
you need the
days.
white undershirt.
Yeah.
Go bring it back to the white undershirt.
White undershirt, and then roll the pack of cigarettes in your arm.
There you go.
Ooh.
And have one, just
Yeah.
one in his ear.
Yeah.
Right there.
Definitely.
The greaser look.
Yeah.
Except for you don't.
Outsiders.
You can't do the comb over though.
You can do the comb back over.
Comb forward and then over.
And hope I didn't get my hair cut.
At least not that day. Now when you try new shit, no.
Exactly. You gotta let that shit grow.
You better let that comb just
what-
chill in your
what-
back
what
pocket
can
because they ain't
grow.
going anywhere with that.
Oh man.
There's
yeah,
not a-
back to Richard.
Okay.
motherfucking
Yeah, our
Myers.
special guest is not an interrupter. But you had your time. You had your
Yeah,
15
man,
minutes,
we-
sir. You had your
We
15 minutes.
fucking went through a whole heap together.
I don't think there's anything that we came across that we didn't get over together. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like someone was never that butthurt about something. You know what I mean? We always did it together.
Yeah.
I think that shows today too, because we're 32 years old and we're still hanging
Yeah.
out doing dumb shit together.
Yeah.
Still getting over shit together, but we just don't take it there anymore.
Yeah, I think, and I think you expressed that in like a previous podcast, maybe like episode 2 or something. But it was something like it's rare to have a friend at this age. I mean, I see a lot of my buddies from high school. They have their their groups and they're still around. But I look back at like our parents, your dad.
Mhm.
They don't have as many as friends as we do now. And I'm hopeful. I never told you back in the day when we were about like 18 years
remember.
old.
I remember.
I had
I
the
remember
conversation.
that
I
drive.
said, I was like,
Yeah, we were talking about that.
as
in
we
episode
get
2.
older, there's a good chance that we're not going to be around and hang out with each other. But at that time, it wasn't then that we shouldn't hang out. We should hang out through at least all our 20s.
Yeah. You saw it was imminent. It was like right, or it was coming soon. But I was just like, whatever. Like I didn't think so, but look at us now, and we're
Yeah.
still. I don't think we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I just don't think so.
Yeah,
It might still happen, but I think when we do hook up and hang out together on the few
It's gonna
times
be
we
it's
do-
gonna be that one of those like movie things where you see on Netflix the annual Johnson hangout.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like
when we're slow running, we're
Yeah.
running in the meadow, and like our head. No,
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
like
But-
instead
or
of
naked.
but instead of like hanging out on the Florida Keys, it's gonna be like we're gonna go meet up at Martin Luther King Park.
Play some
like,
chess.
Yeah.
That's our center. That's
Yeah.
like we're equal distance between
Yeah,
everybody.
and
Play
get there
some
for that
Moncala.
one annual hangout, and then we're gonna have the cookout. And
Yeah, like I was saying, like our parents, like, well, my dad, like, he's at home with his family, and that's it. Like my sisters and my stepmom, but he doesn't like go and hang out with his boys from back in the day. Like I can actually say when I'm like 50, I mean, unless one of y'all move, because I ain't planning on moving out of Dago anytime soon.
Well, we can't.
I'm exactly, broke ass niggas. But you know, like I don't plan on leaving San Diego anytime soon, so I'm gonna be like 50 and be like, yo, I'm gonna go hang out with Dominic, or this New Year's or whatever. I'm gonna go hang out with Dominic,
Like
Rich, and
people that
and Larry.
want to retire come here. You know,
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Well, that in
Florida.
Florida. Yeah, there you go.
But
dude,
we're already here, so it's
Yeah.
like
you know what the funny thing about our parents, like Richard's parents, my parents, and friends in between the both of us, we excuse us, my butt when I fart it sounds like a cough. Please, so my anus is that talented. So a trouser cough is what I call it. But no, our parents, in between me and Rich, and back in the day, they hung out together.
yeah,
Yeah, back in
his
Morris
mom
High
used
school.
his mom used to watch my mom.
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy,
that's-
Mike?
that's
So
crazy.
your
Like,
your
his-
mom used to watch Rich's
my
mom.
mom. Yeah.
Oh man,
She's a
That's
babysit.
crazy, dude. Like, cause or your grandma and my grandparents were like they're cousins, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and man, when I came over, he was telling me about my grandfather, and I was like, oh shit.
if you want to know, if you guys want to know about Chamorro community, that
Uh,
couple sentences right there
his
pretty much wraps it
stepmom.
up.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
stepmom is, or my stepmom is Duenas, and you know that's how they're related. My stepmom's dad is like they're cousins
Yeah.
with.
But his mom actually used to watch my mom.
Yeah, dude, and it was like, what was the fucking odds of me and him just running like running into each other in high school? Like, my sister was like always like, oh, this motherfucker named Richard, like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy always bothering me.
Richard, motherfucking William.
And one
They
day,
live in the same
and then-
area. There's one high school, basically.
yeah, but
Yeah, you
One
know,
high
you know.
school and the 2-story McDonald's.
the
That's all
odds?
we had in our life.
I mean, it's low odds, but you know, what are the odds? My sister and Richard know each other, and then we remember that first walk home.
Oh, yeah.
and like me and you were just chopping it up. You were talking shit to my sister. I was dying because
Yeah.
you know I always talk shit to my sister anyway. You know, but it was just
Because she's rude. Michael is rude. She's mean.
you're rude, sis.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just crazy. And then you know, after that, it was just history. After that, you know what I mean?
I mean, history can't even, that word can't even explain what we did. You know, that was, I don't think, you know what? It's funny. I don't think anybody outside of us could handle that. Like, because there has been several people that started hanging out with us, and we genuinely welcomed them and wanted them to be a part of us. But when the real shit talking started coming, like hurt feeling shit talking, which it just rolled off of our back, just like, dude, okay, now we're warmed up. Like, you know,
hang and who if they weren't there the next day, they probably weren't
hurt feelings. I remember when you were part of a band, or Rich was part of a band, and you had a new manager, and I came over that Sunday, and his pants literally engulfed his shoes.
Yeah, it was
Like, it was like a
break dancer pants.
Yeah.
Like where they used to wear those, like it was like
Oh,
tight
yeah,
on the
flared
waist,
out, when they're
and they
flared out.
out to like cover
bell
the
bottoms.
fucking shoe, yeah.
Bell bottoms. Okay, so yeah, so it was like
There's
that.
a difference between bell bottoms. There's bell bottoms
No,
like kind of
they're-
like hug the
they're
butt
like
and
the
they come out.
Jenko pants or something.
Yeah,
Remember when
Jinko.
Is pants? Remember when
Jinko,
the Filipinos
that's
were
it.
wearing the Is pants? That's basically what it was. So I went over there.
Filipino
He was
style.
wearing that, but it was khakis with a mean ass crease in the front.
Well, that's old school. That's gangster shit. That's that dog
Your
pound.
manager was nothing gangster. There
Oh,
was
I know.
nothing.
Yeah, I know.
So I started talking shit about this guy's pants. I leave. He starts bitching to you like, "What's that guy's fucking problem?" You're like, what? Like, he was just talking to you. Like, that was a normal conversation.
Did you give him the you got to kick it with Dominic at least 3 times to
Yeah,
know whether
yeah.
you like him or
Yeah,
not?
I always tell everybody.
Wait, so Rich has this speech locked down that you got to hang out with me for three times at least. Go on, tell it.
Yeah. So with Dominic, he's kind of aggressive when you meet him, right? So
Wait, whoa.
so the way you hear him on the mic is basically how you actually you meet him in person.
You don't like him at
Yeah,
first.
at first you don't like him
I
because
get that.
you're like, oh
Yeah,
man.
I get
Even
that.
if you did like him, you'd be like, oh man, you funny on the podcast. That's how he's gonna treat you when he meets you. So
I already have a nickname
Yeah.
ready for you.
Yeah.
That's what my talent is.
even my aunts,
One
my
in the
whole
chamber,
family,
son.
my whole family said, Dominic, I don't know. We want him back over here. And I was,
Hold on, wait, hold the fucking
So-
phone. Hold yours that
no,
whole way.
that's like you don't know this. And so,
I don't.
I
think that's my.
I told my aunt, I told my grandparents, I said, hey, just give him a chance. About the third time you meet him, you'll like him.
This is some bullshit. This is the first time I'm fucking hearing about this.
Shut
At
the
least
hell up.
sober.
You know
No,
this.
because
You know this
my
routine.
auntie Lynette always tells you, why are you here?
One person. That's one person. You got a tribe in under one house. That's not even fair.
That's exactly. We're a tribe, so
Papa love me.
So she's
He
just
love
speaking
me.
out for everybody's feelings. That's all.
On Joe's birthday, when we walked in the house, Papa was like, "What are you doing here?"
So anyway,
They
so,
ain't no kind
so
of
that's
care. They ain't
that
no
is,
kind of
has
care.
always been
Who
when
brought
people
this
meet
guy?
Dominic and they first thing they come to me like, dude, Dominic's an asshole. I'm like, no, hey, give him like meet him the third time. And when you meet him the third time, he's funny.
Yeah.
If he ain't funny by the third time, then you will not like that motherfucker.
You might as well never.
Because you're gonna see that every single time you meet him.
You know what? I don't like this. You know, it's gonna turn into a Dominic shit fest.
Hot seat.
Oh man, hot seat, diarrhea seat,
Oh,
man.
hey,
Oh, my
trust
God,
me.
my ass is on fire and getting chewed
Hey,
out.
I've been listening to your podcast since episode 1. I was sitting there like, does anybody else know this motherfucker's full of shit?
Yeah, ain't nothing Big Daddy about this.
Yeah.
bitch.
Big Daddy.
Except my dick. Yeah, do we not establish that? My dick is big dick daddy.
Big Daddy Dominic.
Big daddy, dick Dominic.
You're retarded.
I hate you.
Oh,
I hate
man,
you.
so-
I love you.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about? We have a couple things in mind. I have a Mike. I'm gonna give
feels
it
loud.
over to you.
Quick to switch the conversation, but okay.
Yeah, I sure am. This is some bullshit. This is lies. Lies.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you want to talk about, man?
Man, we could talk about anything really.
Well, what did you want to start with? So,
all,
oh my God.
all
This is
roads,
the same
all
time.
roads lead back to Dominic.
Nuh-uh, not the.
Asshole. Shit. Like a bitch sometimes.
Sometimes? What?
All the time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. At least I own up to that shit.
But, the first time I got Dominic high.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, I don't know that one.
Well, yeah, that's a. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Okay, yeah, so I think that's gonna be boring, but what else?
it's more of a
So
you got to
okay,
be
so
there.
on to this is a segue. Since we
My grandpa's calling.
since we shit all over each other, should we answer it?
Huh?
Should we answer it?
You don't wanna answer
shit,
that.
yeah, I do. I want.
He's gonna be
well,
like-
he hung up. He hung up.
He don't
So,
like you.
All right,
That's
so
why he hung up.
so the reason why I'm kind of on this is we shit on each other constantly, as you heard for the last 20 minutes. But when people get easily offended, they don't belong with us. They just
Right.
they don't they again back to where I was saying, like, people have tried and we've accepted them. We were like, yes, you're well on your way to being one of us. You know, you hang out with us every Friday, Saturday, and you dance with us. You do this with us and that with us. And then they couldn't hang because of the shit talkings. And then come to find out later on, they kind of talk shit about us.
Oh yeah.
Like they're like, oh, dude,
Yeah,
these
I
guys.
mean-
So what is it? Like, is it intimidation? Is it like I don't fit in with those guys, so they must be assholes? Because we're guaranteed assholes, but we're the good assholes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So what is it? Why is it not the norm?
At the same time, we talk shit. Like, and you know,
well,
we
what
shoot
I
the
told,
shit.
what I told my buddy from Ohio, Shell.
Hiya.
I think that was the joke. I think
Is
he's
it Chauncey?
No, it's my buddy Kyle.
Oh, okay.
I told my buddy Kyle, I'm the coolest asshole you ever meet. Coolest asshole.
big as that.
Because I'm gonna be straight up with you every
it both
single
ways.
time. Motherfucker, you talking shit?
No, we never talk shit, Rich.
Like I try to be upfront. The minute you meet me, I'm upfront.
Yeah.
I don't try to put a wall. I just go out there and tell you how things are.
You don't front like Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't front. You know, and so when he flew out here, you know, this is the guy that I play games with. He flew out here.
Dude, that one time,
He was at my
the gamer.
No, that's Tyler.
Oh, okay.
But this guy, this other guy, Kyle, came out here. We met. Actually, I went to his bachelor party up in Vegas, and you know, we hung out, and you know, I told him, I was like, dude, if you come out here to Cali, I'll pay for the hotel. You know, we can go to the event, et cetera, et cetera. And as he left, you know, he goes back and we talk on back online, and I was like, I told you, man, I'm the coolest asshole you ever meet. He goes, yeah. oddly enough, you are the coolest asshole I ever met.
It ended up ringing true for
Yeah.
you.
But me and him still talk, and we're good friends, and you know, like, I can't explain that any better. I'm the coolest asshole you ever meet, and I think that for everybody in our group, because it's not that we when you come here, you're considered family. I think when you get invited to a barbecue at any of our houses and you meet our real friends, you're considered family. And
people don't understand that. They
Yeah.
come in here thinking that
we're just guests.
Yeah, you're guests,
Yeah.
and like we automatically, if you're invited to a family function, like we're automatically gonna rag on you just like any of your.
Wait, I'm never
your family.
invited. I just show up.
Yeah.
Well, because
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
It should be through the grapevine,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And when they come, they think they're guests, but when you come to a family function, it's like we rag on you just like any of your family members.
Yeah.
Like my close family members, like my nephew or my cousin Rich or Rick. You know, I rag on them. I talk shit to them. They talk shit back. That's how it. Because we're family. You know,
Yeah.
it's not real. We both know if shit
Worst
goes
come to
down.
worst, yeah.
You know, we in the shit. I got your back. You got my back. That's how it is.
If you see let me explain this. If you see me talk to you in a nice manner,
way. Yeah.
if I'm sitting there like, oh, hey, how are you doing, man?
Probably
Oh, that's great. Hey,
Probably not even that.
oh yeah. Oh, that's great. And, hey, I'll talk to you later. Maybe we'll catch a drink or something. I probably either don't like you, or I don't want to talk to you later.
Yeah. What do you? I mean,
Now, if I
what-
say, "What's up, motherfucker? You piece of shit,"
you small
in.
dick
You're
motherfucker.
in there. You're
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
then that's my boy.
Yeah.
Like that's my homeboy. Let me buy you a shot. No, I got this shit.
So with generation gaps being the way they are, do you think people nowadays, like let's just say someone that's like 15, 16 years old and like starting to reach that peak in high school, really getting their social skills going, really kind of just doing what they do. Do you think that kind of attitude still pertains today with social media being the way it
not
is?
at all.
They can't shit on each other without being real at the same time, can they?
No,
You don't think
no,
so?
there's no way.
What about you, Larry? Does it work that way? You're gonna be in it, so you have to answer.
Well, sorry, I was.
Sorry. Anyways, thank you.
Larry's over here on his phone playing Hearthstone and shit.
I know. So interested.
What the fuck is that?
So, anyways,
No, but
it
No,
can't-
it doesn't-
really
it doesn't-
pertain, does it?
the-
Today, does it?
the generation after, I would say us, and I'm not
Yeah, you are.
trying to dog generation after us. But they're not as hard as us.
Yeah, fuck them.
We grew up in the 90s. We got the best of the last.
I agree. I've
If
always
that makes
said
sense.
I've always said that. No, we've got the best of the hard asses, the ones that
Yeah.
went to war and stuff. We're nowhere near like that, but
But we
we
have the-
still went outside.
And we
have
still,
a rougher
but we still,
skin
not even that. We
and
respect
hide
that.
and-
We respect
Absolutely.
we respected the generation before us, and the only thing is maybe we just didn't pass that down to the next generation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Because we were, I mean, with textbooks being the way they are and history being beat in our heads, you got it so good because, and with technology evolving the way it was, we were like, oh man, we thought 26-inch color TV was freaking huge. And then it evolved from there. And then we got a remote with our stuff. So we appreciated what we did have at the time because it was beat into us. Because you don't know shit because we didn't have
the
it.
thing is, I didn't understand that meaning until I was about 27 when my grandfather actually spoke about what he went through versus what I went through. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, what did he tell you?
Yeah, a lot of the
So the-
generation now doesn't have that.
They don't.
You know what I went through?
Yeah, they don't have the. See, so if you're 40, 50, what I went through to go to high school. Maybe you walk through the whole. I walked through snow and
Uphills both ways.
that makes sense. You probably did, but the generation before that, you don't know how good you have it because you don't understand what I went through. And truthfully, because I was raised by my grandparents, you don't understand where that means because there's a big generation difference between what was World War II? 1960? 42?
I think. Oh no, it ended in 42.
Yeah, and
Okay, so
30s.
something like that.
Larry did it credited.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna Google that information later and get it
Or go
accredited.
to the San Diego Library.
Yeah.
So what story did your grandfather tell you that actually made it click for you?
So my grandfather. Actually, my grandfather never told me this. This came from his brother, my uncle David, out in Oklahoma, and he explains. He starts it off by, "Well, no, it was me, you, and he said Auntie Ning at the time, which he was like, we were running away from the Japanese and we are getting shot at through the rice fields." And my grandpa was like, "No, it wasn't. It wasn't Auntie Ning," or he was arguing. They were going back. I was like, "Hold on, stop. What are you guys talking about?" And then that's when they drop it down. My grandfather at the time was getting marched down to a certain part of a village in Guam, and he was going to get executed by the Japanese. He was part of this.
Real quick. So the Japanese invaded Guam, and
Right.
then all of, so just for people that don't know, because
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time, I only found out recently.
Yeah,
so,
the only a lot of people back then, or maybe even now, at least in our history books, they're only showing what happened to Pearl Harbor, but prior to that was also the invasion on Guam, and so they got taken down and they got overran by the Japanese, and Japanese were taking people out and they're executing the men, and putting concentration camps, and it was rough. So when my grandfather explained that, or my Uncle David and my grandfather explained that, that's what changed me as a person and made me realize what my grandfather was talking about in full circle. And so that's when I became a little bit of a better human being, I suppose. And understand, you don't know how good you have it, because now I understood how good I had it. I wasn't marching down to go pick the rice fields, or I wasn't
quote unquote.
yeah,
go pick
I
the
wasn't
rice field.
sleeping. I wasn't sleeping with 28 other people in a concentration camp. I was playing Nintendo. I was drinking my high C at the time.
Was it the Ghostbusters one with Slimer, the Ecto Slime? Was it
whatever
Ectoplasm son?
whatever the case might be, but that was my take, and that's why now I'm a little bit different than I was when I was 25. I appreciate everything I have. I appreciate family a lot more, and I appreciate being a teacher. And that's what I try to instill in my students now. The thing is that my grandfather's generation doesn't want to talk about it.
It's almost like kind of like we have repressed memories. Like we
Oh,
don't
yeah,
just
for
want
sure.
it because they've gotten over it. It's literally way in the past now. I don't think we should forget, though. You know what I mean? I think that's what the burning of Alexandria. The burning of Alexandria's libraries. I think that's a shame. I understand what it was happening because they were being conquered, and I understand why they did it. But now, since everything's super peaceful, everything's super calm, it's so wasted that we don't have this knowledge anymore.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened with Chamorro people, or Guamanians, if you guys don't know. When the Japanese invaded, they erased a lot of history from you guys.
Yeah.
A
Well, in
ton
Spanish
of history.
too, yeah.
Oh, okay. And with that, nowadays you're a head director of Venencia, a Chamorro, Micronesian dance troupe, and you, Uncle Frank, from what I understand, adopted a lot of dancing from a lot of Polynesian islands and kind of made it what is now Chamorro dancing, correct?
Correct. I believe that's correct. I've never actually had the conversation with them, but what he tries to say, or what he does say, is he's not authenticating. He is just trying to make people understand that we're an indigenous culture, and we're not Spanish, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
when
not,
you-
it's
when
not
people
a racist
see-
thing. It's just
yeah.
you're your own island, and you've
Right.
always been your own island.
And we have people around us that are in the same boat. That it just happens that we're the midpoint for a lot of other places, big continents.
Yeah.
And so Guam just kept on getting hit and hit and hit, and but we're not any different. To me, at least personally, I believe that we're Spanish. We're not Spanish. We've been influenced that way, and that's fine. But people need to understand that we're also indigenous, dude. We are one of the oldest cultures in the Pacific, and I don't think people know that.
No, I didn't.
We're
know that.
older than any of the. We're older like 3,000 years. It's a. Even my grandparents don't know. So when we started doing Chamorro ancient dancing, it was weird for my grandfather to see. 'Cause he's like, "Oh, that's not our culture." I was like, "Well, what do we do?" And he's like, he shows me a Spanish video. I'm like, "Pop, that's Spanish, man. That's from the Spaniards."
Did you kind of take offense to that, or did you like that's what he showed you, and you're like, did you not want to accept that? Like, no, that's not us. Like, did you feel in your heart of hearts that wasn't us?
I think in my heart of hearts, I knew that watching Spanish dancing in the islands, it didn't click with me.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm actually kind of proud of your culture, if that's a thing to say. I think what you guys have with Uncle Frank being the man he is, and he reached back as far as he possibly could, from what I understand, and he brought this culture, at least dancing wise, to what it is today in 2016. I think what you guys have done, which is you gathered it all together and you made it your own. Even though there's hula influence, there's this influence, that influence. I really believe you guys really made it your own. And I applaud you guys for that. And I wish you guys would make it evolve from there, you know. And I think you're the guy to do it. I mean, we were under the tutelage of a really, really good dance teacher who was under the tutelage of a super popular hula teacher or kumu, whatever, you know. And I think, you know, our teacher's teacher is he beats the drum of evolution. He always wants to evolve the dance. You know what I mean? It's forever evolving. And I think, again, applauding to Chamorro culture, even though it's all meshed with different things, you guys have this great opportunity to make it yours now.
So I guess on that it's a long talk, but
No, it's fine.
I still have
Talk
I
about
still have I still have research to do myself. The reason why
Oh,
I
yeah.
never took
I mean,
the
don't
reason
be
why
ignorant, a teacher,
the reason
you know?
why I never took over before and did a Chamorro group is because my lack of Chamorro knowledge. Dude, I'm American born and raised.
But
you know,
from a dancer point of view, and you know, a student like right beside you, dancing next to you and under you, I think you're about to,
I think
Well, I hope
take
so.
take the whole.
But with Uncle Frank Ramon and he created something that I identified with, that I liked.
What was that?
It was just an indigenous style of dancing. It was something that was older than Spanish. It was something that it clicked with me, and I wanted to drive that further. The only reason why I was able to do that was because Rose and Tony, you know, Rose Matanonia and Tony Duque, because they introduced it to me, and for me it clicked immediately. I want this. I want to do this for my people. Not only for my people, because it clicks. I don't know what it is. It clicks. So when I went to
People have
Guam,
that. I mean, their passions click.
Who you are?
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are actually denying themselves nowadays, is that natural primal thing. I always come back to this, but I really feel that since we're so diluted with technology and everything's so easy and everything comes to us in an instant, I feel that everybody denies that primal thing that they absolutely love to do because we're stuck in a cubicle, because we're stuck in a 9 to 5, because we're stuck in traffic. I believe everybody denies it because they have to be here and here and here and here. But when that one calling comes and it's knocking on your door, they just go, they don't open it. They don't open it.
the one that drove it out of me was definitely my hula teachers. There was something in me that I wanted to connect with, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But when I went to a hula practice, that's what drove it out of me. The drive to continue it was also from them, but that's what drove me to get to, you know, Guam. And then when I got to dance with some of the best out there in Guam, it drove me further. You know, it just kept on driving me. And then came back. I didn't do Chamorro dancing for a while. I went back to hula, and I did some Polynesian dancing with Tahitians and stuff like that, or Tahiti. And then, recently it was just I was watching kids of my own culture, you know, my own bloodline, my own island, and they were dancing, and I was like, I need to teach these guys. I need to teach them, and I teach them. I need to teach them.
You felt that obligation.
Yeah,
you couldn't let them not dance well.
Yeah, I could have been like, you know, no, they're good, but I wanted to drive something that I learned from a master of dance back then, and which was Uncle Frank, and I wanted to drive that through them, and I want them to also recognize where they come from, dude. When I was in high school, Chamorros were not a big thing, you know, like you were still calling yourself Guamanian back then. You know, you weren't calling yourself Chamorro.
And honestly, like this past PIFA, 2015 PIFA, that honestly, like you and the group, like made a lot of Chamorros proud to be Chamorro. You know, like that's not even like trying to toot your own or toot your horn or whatever, but that show or that performance like really gave a lot of Chamorros that were Chamorro, like a lot of like I'm lost for words, a lot of like motivation, you know, and like they were proud, you know, and that and
I think what you did in 2015 had a huge impact for your culture. You know, I mean, you see people with tears in their eye, and you've seen what you've done for your culture and what I think it all ties in. I think literally they felt what happened in the beginning of the erasing all the way till now. I think they literally felt all of it with that one show.
Yeah.
I do. I felt that it hit so hard that they can't take this from us. They will not take this with us because we're still here. And I believe that's what you've done.
there's not one elder that I've talked to that was like, oh my God, that show brought tears to my eyes. You know, every elder that I know that's like, oh, I know about, I'm Chamorro. I know Chamorro. And when we performed and we did that show, not one of them was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that brought tears to my eyes. I was crying. My mom was crying. My uncle and my aunts were crying. One uncle wasn't there for the show, but I guarantee after when he saw that, you know, on YouTube or whatever, that was a.
I mean, that's what I try to. That honestly comes from my dance experience, from my kumu teacher, and then the one before that. It's just that you try to drive that out of people, right? It's besides like some people think it's like you're dancing for gods or whatever. You gotta understand, you're dancing for the people that are in that crowd. That's your entertainment. You are driving them to think about themselves. Drive them to think about what's going on stage. You're not dancing for anybody else but them at that moment. But you're also dancing for yourself. You know, if you're not trying 100%, get off the stage, man. Get away from me. If you're not going to try your hardest, you don't belong out there because no one wants to watch someone do 70% of the job, right? If I came to your house and I fixed something only 70%, and I said, oh, that's pretty good. I don't know. It's kind of running.
Pretty good. I'd say that's what I do.
If I turn on the water, it's coming out of every fucking faucet, but that's fine. I mean, that's cool, right?
Good enough.
Yeah. No, it's 100% job. Your job when you're dancing is to entertain people. That's 100%. That's for sure. Number one. And then it's your job is to make sure you put all your heart out into that performance, and then it's to make sure you pass on what you're doing.
That message.
Boom. I think we should end it right there. I think that was positive, right?
Yeah,
you know, fucking put 100% into it.
Sure.
Be
It's
proud,
not like
yeah?
It's a pickup game.
Right? No, I still elbow people. If I ever were to play basketball. I think we should end it right there. I think that's a really positive message. Thank you, Rich. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your honesty for your culture.
Thanks,
and what
man.
happened. Thank you for being on the show.
I appreciate it.
Larry,
coming.
thank you for stopping by,
Oh,
adding
yeah.
nothing to the show.
Well,
And,
not really adding anything. I won a couple games of Hearthstone, so.
Nice. That's a good thing.
Hit me up, Atlantic.
Rich, where can we hit you guys up on for Rich? If anybody wants to dance for Rich, if anyone wants to get in contact with you, where can we reach you guys?
So we have a Twitter. It's I believe it's a Wrench and Dance Troupe.
You believe? What
I believe-
the fuck? You just gave like a crazy old, just give it your all, and you believe.
Well,
you
I don't
just
do the
there?
media for us. I don't do the media for us.
have
But
people for that.
but if you're on Facebook, if you're on
I'm
Facebook,
famous.
Yeah.
I'm famous.
No, I'm just here for the dancing part. If you're on Facebook, it's the Wrench and Dance Troupe. You'll find us there. If not, we're over there on 16th Street, National City, or you can go to the Guam Club and request us as well.
Nice.
National City Boulevard.
Right on. Mike, where can they get a hold of us? Just in case, if you guys can't find Rich or anything, you guys hit us up, and we'll send the message to Rich ourselves.
mod4up@gmail.com, at Facebook, Twitter, IG, like just follow us, like our page,
Share.
Share, yes, share.
Share, the
Share and
love.
share alike.
Share everything. Anything else, Rich?
No, man.
Larry?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mike? I'll catch you guys down the road.